The Thin versus Colossus. Two of Marvel's toughest heavyweights are about to collide. On one side, Colossus, the X-Men's armored giant, who can transform his entire body into organic steel and stand toe-to-toe with gods and monsters. On the other side, the Thin, the ever-loving, blue-eyed bruiser of the Fantastic Four, famous for clobbering cosmic titans, trading punches with the Hulk, and never backing down. It's grit versus steel. Who really comes out on top? Let's break it down. Before he became a walking mountain of rock, Ben Grimm was a gifted pilot and astronaut. His life changed forever when he joined Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and Johnny Storm on that fateful space mission that bathed them in cosmic radiation. For the others, the radiation gave them flexible or fiery powers. For Ben, it turned him into the Thin, a towering figure of orange stone with immense strength, superhuman stamina, and durability that few can rival. Over the decades, Ben's strength has only grown. Early on, he could lift around 80 tons, but with training and exposure to more cosmic energy, he smashed through limits time and time again. Some of his best feats include holding up entire buildings weighing thousands of tons, ripping an oil rig out of the ocean, shattering energy constructs from quasar, snapping through chains made of adamantium, overpowering machinery designed to bore through an entire planet, and that's not even mentioning his fights against gods, mutants, and otherworldly titans. Piotr Peter Rasputin, better known as Colossus, grew up as a simple farm boy in Russia. When his mutation manifested, he discovered he could transform every molecule of his body into organic steel, turning him into a living juggernaut of metal. Under Professor Xavier's guidance, Colossus became one of the X-Men's most loyal soldiers, fighting on the front lines of nearly every mutant battle. His powers grant him massive strength, pushing him into the Class 100 range as an adult. Durability that lets him shrug off bullets, missiles, and artillery shells. The ability to fight for days without tiring. Resistance to temperature extremes from near absolute zero to thousands of degrees of heat. And his feats back it all up. Trading punches with Gladiator, a powerhouse who rivals Thor, restraining a savage Hulk long enough to make him struggle, rocking Juggernaut with repeated blows and even cracking his helmet, matching the Thin in the arm wrestling contest. Colossus is more than a wall of steel. He's trained in hand-to-hand combat, mastering techniques under Wolverine and the Danger Room simulations. He combines raw power with discipline, making him one of the most formidable X-Men. Ben Grimm's reputation doesn't come from easy fights. His resume is filled with impossible battles. Against Namor the Submariner, he's gone toe-to-toe underwater, even gaining the upper hand. Against Silver Surfer, he's forced the Cosmic Herald to increase his power just to hold Ben back. Against the Hulk, his most famous rival, the Thin has knocked out Immortal Hulk, drawn blood from Savage Hulk, and held his ground against World War Hulk, when almost no one else could. Hyperion, Marvel's Superman analog, once admitted Thin's punches felt like being hit by Thor's hammer. Durability? Ben's rocky hide lets him tank bazookas, machine guns, massive explosions, and even a blast from Galactus himself. Few weapons can even pierce him. Wolverine's claws are one of the rare exceptions. But perhaps his most legendary moment came against the champion of the universe. Every bone in his body was shattered, but Ben kept standing, kept fighting. The champion eventually surrendered, not because he couldn't win, but because he realized he could never break the Finn's spirits. That's what makes Ben Grimm more than just muscle. His willpower and heart push him far beyond his limits. Colossus has also proved himself on countless occasions. He's withstood barrages from Juggernaut, who can plow through mountains. He survived hits from World War Hulk, even after Hulk smashed most of the X-Men into the ground. He once stood against Gladiator, a cosmic powerhouse who can shatter planets and survive multiple exchanges. He's been targeted by heavy military artillery and walked away with little more than scratches. Perhaps the most impressive aspect of Colossus is his ability to endure punishment. He can stand up after hits that would annihilate most mutants, and despite his imposing size, he's one of the most compassionate members of the X-Men, using his body as a shield to protect others before himself. So, when these two finally throw down, who has the edge? When it comes to strength, both have armed wrestled each other in the comics and came out evenly matched, but over time, Ben Grimm has shown higher end feats, like matching gods and staggering hulks. The thin scaling is consistently above Colossus. Colossus can tank shells, missiles, and Hulk-level strikes, but the Thin has endured nuclear-level threats, Galactus's cosmic blast, and fought multiple heavy hitters at once without going down. Slight edge to Ben. Neither is known for blitzing, but Colossus is slightly more agile in combat due to his training. Still, the Thin's raw tenacity balances that out. When it comes to stamina and spirit, Colossus has fought for hours on end, but the Thin has something special, that refusal to quit. Even with broken bones, he fights harder. This factor often makes the difference in Ben's victories. Make no mistake, this is a close fight. Colossus is one of Marvel's most underrated powerhouses, and his durability and training make him a nightmare opponent. But ultimately, the Thin wins. Ben Grimm simply has the better track record. His strength feats scale higher, his durability is tested against more cosmic level threats, and his willpower lets him push past limits when all seems lost. Whether it's knocking out a Hulk, fighting Galactus's blast, or refusing to surrender against the champion of the universe, Ben has consistently shown he can rise above when it matters most. Colossus will push him, no doubt. He will land blows, he will endure punishment, and he'll make Ben fight for every inch. But in the end, it's clobbering time. The Thin wins.